looked cool. It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even... This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good, but even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream come true. Oh, right. It's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the...
You've already fulfilled your task as guides.
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my... Although I'm deeply grateful, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be... stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia, the Chisinga...
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my... She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. Either way, we now come to the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes...
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes. But as for me, the greatest...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt...
Oh, so you intend to fight? Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Let's light it up!
Poor timing. Passable effort.
Ow! Shoot! I can't afford any more bandages.
Come on! We can do it!
A clear shot.
I'll protect us.
Poor timing.
Go, Barrett Buddy!
How unbecoming. You're wide open.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. This is just my luck.
Hamster! Yeah.
Try this.
Diana Special!
Run all you like.
Oh, let's dance.
You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more serious.
Shake the hamster!
Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Aster! I'll protect us.
Let it rain.
Something else catch your eye? Gotcha.
Think you can bully me? Let the show begin. Hi.
I'll crush you.
Shake it and stir.
All you do is run.
Go, Baron Bunny!
Think you can bully me? Look at you, Foodhound.
No use hiding back there. All you do is run.
Yeah! Scratch that. Let's dance.
Raging tide.
Where'd that come from? Scratch.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Adventure time!
die here.
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Shake it and stir! Let's dance!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis. No.
That's what we've been trying to
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, you already know the answer, don't you? I can see it, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just... This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons, given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone. In fact, it might be...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital... As such...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be... The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately, we cannot be...
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant...
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Leo, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the...
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given with the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, using the powers of ancient gods and such as... But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its head... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over... Did we make it in time? Is the
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now.
Oh, Paimon everyone gets it. So, just seeing this over...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even... Which is why we must stop that monster before...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith...
We've already discussed this together.
What? But...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their and as fate would have it, one who did... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one.
I suppose this is one blessing from the... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to... We haven't a moment to spare. Our Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Looks like hard work. Went too far. Finished.
Adventure time!
Let's move. You need to hurry up.
Look at you, Foozle!
Such a fine feat.
Yeah, everybody stand back!
Off we go!
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Let the show begin. Oh, ready, steady, go! The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Deptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
My work
Teamwork is dreamwork!
No slacking off! My duty.
Shake it and stir it!
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Look at me. Everybody stand back! Yeah!
My duty.
Yeah! Barrier. The citizens shine. Let's dance! Yeah! Yeah! Look at me. Just exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Looks like I went too far.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I guess. This isn't good.
Look at me.
This should be fun.
Everybody stand back!
My work. Finished.
Citizens shine. Adventure time! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it fine?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any...
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited... At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our adept...
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us!
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to
Huh?
because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue, the country of contracts, is grateful to the Adepti, although their blood is weak. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel...
Your line of inquiry is askew.
Seems like the Adepti have had...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contract... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice the child wanted to unleash the god, so he... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still... Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Off we go! Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and...
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you...
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got... Oh, it seems that...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly.
No, don't let her get to... You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liua was...
Paimon knew that we should never have...
Oh, now don't say that. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite... Nothing personal. We just have different views. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind, then...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're... No, wait! That's unacceptable!
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat!
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day, I stood motionless among the...
Oh, Zhong...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine... Was Liua, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liua Chief. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so many years. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine power?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liu matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Senora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liua in this mortal form. Thank you for walking these things were all a part of my script. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liua. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liua's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left.
Huh?
On the contrary, I think it is excellent.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. Wreaking havoc and turning the... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trick...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the G... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsari... Uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes, and to think that this happened right...
Say, do you...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean it all... Still, what...
Ah, forget.
Oh, well, so Rex... Oh, come on. There's only one real possibility. Fatui? They... Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights...
Hear ye all! The Chi, though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must... Gods and adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered, having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the... Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement... So that... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murder? Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli's... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting is... Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you name your price, you deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
If you were looking... The cleanup... Off we go!
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon
Oh, no wonder! But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as in when you...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange the Archon Morax. Could never experience life as... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we...
I fear that continuing your journey may be... Yes. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among local...
Paimon thinks we've heard...
That is the case. And since...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of... This is what visions are. Magical...
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an order to seize all vision...
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are...
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now, knowing her, she must have again quoted that at 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose...
Benny's a